This is our introduction to Divvee, but it's also an introduction to our team and some of the things that we're doing together. Okay, tonight we're going to talk about Divvee.social. Divvee Social is a new company. It's a tech company. It's a startup. It's off to a pretty good launch. It's had a few little hiccups. It'll probably still have a few, but it's up and rolling, and it's pretty exciting. I've been able to watch it come together over the last 4 or 5 months, and it's been an exciting process to see it come together. And Divvee Social is a social membership network made up of influencers, and influencers are you. We need folks in our group that can give us their impressions, opinions, and help with offers. The impressions and opinions are about ad content, products, lots of things in the marketplace. And you get to voice your opinions, make your selections, and that feeds into the advertisers and other folks that Divvee works with. I'll get into that in some detail as we walk through the presentation tonight. To start with, I want to tell you a little bit about Divvee Social Gurus. That's the name of our team within Divvee. Now, Divvee Social Gurus is not Divvee itself. Divvee.social is the company we're working with. Divvee Social Gurus, that's us, that's our team. Our team is made up of a lot of experienced, talented folks. We have folks in the leadership and the gurus that have built businesses. They've managed large sales organizations, professional practices, built network marketing groups very successfully. And it's worked out beautifully as we pulled this team together. It's been a lot of fun pulling the talent together. Divvee Social Gurus itself is going to help simplify things and bring some great assets to the table. Things like this webinar tonight, where we're able to deliver some great content and share some of what we've developed. We also have training that we'll share, things that we've learned over the years through our business development in projects just like this. We also have social media strategies, including Facebook strategies and some YouTube assets that we're creating. And finally, we're going to have a member-only library, which will have a lot of these assets available for our team. We've come together as a successful, seasoned group after a lot of time looking at various opportunities. I actually started on this process, this Divvee trail about 1.5 years ago. Not knowing quite what we were going to find, we went looking for an opportunity like this. We looked at quite a few different companies, made site visits, read all sorts of plans and documents about various companies. And it took us quite a while to find one that we really could embrace. One that works well with our philosophies and is an exciting emerging opportunity. And that was important. We needed something that would be new, something that would be innovative. Divvee itself is made up of some very successful folks, successful in traditional brick and mortar businesses, successful online, successful in network marketing style groups. In fact, we have some of the best minds in the industry coming together for this Divvee effort. It's pretty exciting. It's exciting to see it come together. Now stay tuned until the end. I'll tell you some more about the assets that we're developing as a team and some of the things that we're going to be able to share and do together to help you be successful. First, we have a video that we're going to show that gives a brief overview of Divvee, how it works, what the process is. Hopefully Michael can cue that video.
Divvee Social has tapped into the fastest growing, most competitive marketing platforms in the world. In the process, Divvee Social has found a way to pay you for the things you already do on your smartphone, like watching videos and trying out new mobile apps. If you watch videos and play games on your smartphone, you're already qualified to make money with Divvee. Mobile apps are dominating the business world. Advertising platforms like Facebook and Google have already gotten on board. Why? Because people are always on their phones. App developers spent $3.8 billion just last month on ads. That's billion with a B. The makers of Clash of Clans spent $300 million on ads last September, and that's just one of over 2 million apps on Google Play, and 2 million more on Apple's App Store. Mobile app makers expect revenue of $63 billion in 2017, and they want to pay some of that money to you. You're probably wondering, why would they pay me to download apps and watch videos? You know those companies that offer to pay you for taking surveys? It's just like that. The app developers want to know how you feel about their products. They also want you to see the latest apps. You've got to admit, that's a smarter use of advertising dollars. Why would an app maker pay $5 million for a 30-second ad during the Super Bowl that will be seen by a lot of people that don't even use smartphone? That's the old way. Now app makers want to use their advertising money to reach mobile phone users directly. It just makes sense. How do we know? Because we are Divvee social gurus. It's easy to get started. You can start as a free member, download the free Divvee social app from Google Play Store or Apple's App Store, and you're ready to start to rank and share the videos and apps. You can get points for doing up to 5 rank and share activities per hour all day long. For each video you watch or app you try out, you'll get points that you can redeem for iPods, cell phones, and other cool stuff. It's simple and fun. Use enroller code 458040 to get exclusive content and training from us. And if you want to earn money, significant money, you can sign up to be a Divvee independent affiliate. You do this with an in-app purchase of the Divvee business tools for only $50 using this enroller code 458040. Use this enroller code 458040, and you can even use your Divvee points to make the purchase so it can actually be free. Then share Divvee with your friends to start earning money. Building your Divvee team is easy. Find 3 friends that also want to get paid for downloading apps and watching videos. Then they find 3 friends, and so on. This can continue for 10 levels below you. This diagram shows how many people can be on each level through 10 levels. If you add them all up, it's a lot of people. In fact, that's about 88,000 people. That's your potential team. Crazy? Maybe, but Divvee is already growing like crazy because it's easy, it's fun, and all you need to get started is a cell phone. So how do you get paid? You earn commissions on your team's qualified rank and share activities. If a rank and share commission is $1, divide that dollar commission by 10, and that's the amount paid up 10 levels. That would be 10 cents paid to each of the 10 levels above. What does that mean for you? Let's imagine that someone on your team generates a rank and share commission of $1. That would pay you a commission of 10 cents. And if they did the same thing 20 times each month, that would pay you $2 per month. And if each person on your team does the same thing, and your team grows through 10 levels like I just showed you, well, you can do the math. The potential is huge. We are Divvee social gurus, and we can show you how to use Divvee social to earn points for cool gear. We can also show you how to build a massive team that can rock your financial world. For a sneak peek at our training ideas and systems, check out www.divveesocialgurus.com. Get started today before your friends join with someone else. Sometimes timing makes all the difference. This is one of those times. Divvee will have millions of members by the end of this year. Will you be at the top or at the bottom? Still have questions? We have answers. Go to www.divveesocialgurus.com.
That video is a pretty cool asset that we developed as a team. It is slightly dated. We've had a few things change with Divvee as Divvee has evolved. For instance, that enroller code, we don't send those out online, although that capability is being developed. Everything now is handled through an in-app invitation. It's interesting to see that evolution. The team down at Divvee is doing a really good job moving along, but they still do have a challenge or two. Okay, as far as Divvee itself, it is a social sharing network. We're sharing opinions, ideas, thoughts, offers, product placements, affiliate sorts of things. And for that, we get commissions and points. The commissions are shared upstream. The points are from some activities. And we have a few activities that simply generate commissions or coins. The points will be part of the next phase of Divvee, which is actually coming online this week with a variety of offers in the back office. So what is it that we do? What is it that we're getting the commissions and the points for? There are a variety of things. For instance, we could watch a video. If we watch the video, we get comped by advertisers. We can look at an app, maybe download it, try it out. We can watch ad content. We can even do surveys and so much more. The commissions are going to depend on how much value there is in the activity. They're not all the same. If I watch a video for, say, 20 seconds, that's going to be worth something to Divvee, and it will generate commission. If I try out an app and I spend 20, 30 minutes with it, or maybe I'm really hooked, maybe it's Clash of Clans and I really get into it, that means a whole lot more and generates much more revenue to Divvee. All of those activities have different values and will generate different kinds of comp, which makes it a little bit interesting. Okay, why the comp? Why are we getting paid? Part is the market intel that we can provide. There's an awful lot that we can do to sort out all of these different products and offerings. There's also an opportunity for products to be exposed to us and the Divvee network. We are on track right now to have 1 million Divvee affiliates very shortly, and it's going to keep growing from there. I expect we'll have several million by summer, 10 to 20 million by the end of the year. It's growing like crazy, just like the video said. We help sort out a lot of the marketing activity that advertisers need. They need feedback like the survey style feedback. They also might want to get feedback on an ad campaign. For instance, Nike might prepare 3 different ad campaigns or ad messages for the upcoming World Cup, the next round of the World Cup. If they place ads during the World Cup, they're not quite as expensive as the Super Bowl, at least as far as I know, but they're still very, very expensive. So Nike will want to make sure that it gets the right message to the right folks, and in particular, the right age group, the right demographic, the folks that will really be dialed in. That's something we can help them with and create some compensation that gets shared through Divvee. The basic things that we do are rank and shares and offers. That's a snapshot of my back office on my Divvee phone, or my Divvee app. It is slightly out of date. I updated yesterday and I got a 5th circle. It's not doing anything yet, but I've got 5 now. In the app, I can do all sorts of things. That number 4 represents 4 of the rank and share or offer activities that I've done. Maybe I watched 4 videos or I tried out an app, but 4 different things that are tracked. The activities that are tracked get reset every day or two, and I get updates as far as what's going on, typically weekly. At least we're crawling in that direction with Divvee. So I can do rank and share activities. That's the basic offering from Divvee. But we also have offers. Offers are a step away from advertising and slightly into an affiliate kind of arrangement. I'm still gathering intel. I'm still helping with products, but with the products, we get an extra infusion of involvement. For instance, Gillette might come forward with a project for Divvee. Gillette can have razors that it wants to get into the hands of a bunch of consumers. Through Divvee, we can promote the razors. The razor maybe could be purchased for $5. Somebody would get the razor, first set of blades, something I would buy at Costco for $35. But the consumer can buy it very inexpensively through us because Gillette is willing to subsidize that purchase. Gillette wants to get those blades and razors into the hands of consumers. Additionally, Gillette will pay compensation to Divvee for helping with the placement of that sample. It might be $20, $25. It's pretty significant. The advertisers know that they need to pay quite a bit to acquire a new customer. They can do that through radio, television, other ad media, or they can go much more directly and get the right offer into the right hands. And that's doggone valuable to the folks that are doing the advertising. As far as the activities, how many activities per month? Currently, we need to do 100 activities per month to be active and to qualify for commissions. So in the month of March, I need to do 100 activities. I do those 100 activities and I qualify to get paid when payday rolls around about the third week of April. And what are we getting comped for? Well, the things we get are commissions, points, and coins. Commissions are shared upstream. Points I can use for redeeming in the Redemption Center at Divvee for things like iPods, cell phones, gift cards, 2,500 other things. The coins are simply used in the Divvee world. They don't have any monetary value outside of Divvee. We're not using them to get something in the Redemption Center. They are for paying for sending out invitations, for analytics inside of the app, for other ways to gamify the system that are being developed. So the coins are just our own in-house currency. All right, to join Divvee, I can enroll for free, download the app for free, and I can start participating in many of the activities in Divvee. Before very long, I can participate in those activities and actually generate points that I can use for merchandise, just like that video said a few minutes ago. To get the app, I go to Google Play Store and I do a download. Eventually, I'll be able to do the same thing through the Apple App Store, but we're not quite there. The Google Play Store plays nicely with us. They're willing to accept a new app as long as it's free of any malware or viruses and appears to be up and running. Whenever we need to do a patch or an update or an upgrade, it's really simple in the Google Play Store. Not so much in the Apple App Store. Typically, it takes a minimum of 7 days to get approval for any change in an app and even for the basic posting of the app to start with. Currently, we're not up on the App Store because we still have a few more bugs to work out. And really, we're doing that through all of the activities being done right now in the Android world, which is where we currently are with Divvee. Divvee will be able to bring the Apple devices online. We don't know exactly when. It's going to be probably a few weeks yet, maybe a little bit longer, because we can't go the direction of Apple and iOS until we get the final thumbs up on a bug-free system through the Android platform. But it's coming. It's coming. All right, once we have the app from the Play Store, we can do an upgrade. For $50, we can step up to a full-fledged affiliate. And for that, we get a couple of important things. There's some team building tools that we get in the Divvee app. And we also get access to a really cool travel portal. The travel portal itself makes it worth the $50, probably 10 times over. But as far as the team building tools first, with the team building tools, I can send an invitation to someone to join Divvee. If I have somebody that is warmed up and ready, I can send them an invitation from my Android device to theirs, going out as a text or an email. I need to have them in my contact list, so I put them in my phone, they're in my contacts. I push the button to send an invitation, and then I see a list of my contacts. And I can do a quick search, and on the search I can find Kathy, and I can send Kathy an invitation, text or email. And she can act on that to do the upgrade. I've done the same thing for some of my Apple buddies that want to go ahead and get their spot in the team, and they want to hold that spot even though they can't yet do the rank and share activities and the offers. And I've had a simple workaround for them. I generate the same invitation through my Divvee app on my cell phone. I email it to them. I have them email it back, and then on my Android device, we go ahead and do the enrollment. So they have a spot on the team, they're up and running, and they're ready to go start sharing the Divvee idea, even though they are a little bit hobbled as of yet because they don't have the Apple side covered. So I've got the team building tools. I also have a travel portal, and I can tell you it is a world-class travel portal. Divvee brought this on very, very recently, although they've been working on it since last fall. They spent several $1 million. It was not an inexpensive undertaking. And what they brought is truly a world-class travel portal where we're going to get discounts on flights, cruises, condos, vacation destinations. It's a pretty cool setup. The same folks that developed this portal have developed portals like the Travelocity portal. We're getting real deals, not a bunch of secondhand leftover scraps like we might get on some sites. I've seen some of the inventory, I've seen the descriptions, and I know the process that Divvee and this other group are going through to bring unique product to us to use in-house. This isn't something we're sharing with the world, at least not yet, perhaps never. It's something for us as affiliates in Divvee, which is pretty cool. Well worth the $50 just for that. All right, when it's time to build a team, meaning I'm going to bring some folks along with me to the Divvee opportunity, there's a certain structure for building that team. The structure itself is filled in automatically for me, under me, based on the folks that I enroll. So the folks that I send the invitation to that decide to enroll get placed in this structure. And the structure is really simple. It's really straightforward. And I can tell you I love the structure because it takes an awful lot of time and hassle out of other systems I've seen at other companies. Very, very straightforward. As far as filling out the matrix, it's going to start underneath whoever the enroller is. If I enroll Kathy, for instance, Kathy would be the enroller in this example. If she brings people to Divvee and they enroll, then her team will fill out under her in a structure that starts at the top, right under her, she's the top, going down, and it will fill in rows going left to right and right to left. Each row is filled completely before going to the next row. Personal enrollments that Kathy brings will unlock tiers of compensation. Her structure will go 10 tiers under her as far as her compensation. The structure itself might go further. Someday maybe she'll have 20 tiers under her, but she's only paid through the first 10 tiers of compensation. To get paid through 10 tiers, she needs to have 10 personal active enrollments. To get paid through 7 tiers, 7 active personal enrollments. And it's pretty easy to come up with the 10 to get paid all the way through the comp structure. The structure itself is pretty straightforward. That's Kathy at the top. If she enrolls 3 people, we're going to start on tier 1, filling in left to right until her 3 people are filled in. And then if she enrolls more people, we would drop down to the next level and fill in right to left, filling the first open spot under each leg, each team. And I'll give you a little better example of how that works in just a few slides. As far as the number of people in the tiers, this is just a 3 by 3 by 3 structure. We start with her first tier, 3 people. Second tier, 3 times 3, or 9. And that progression continues through 10 tiers. Very straightforward. And when you think about it, Divvee itself is pretty easy to share. The whole concept is simple, very straightforward. If I can share this with 3 people in the next month, and each of them can share Divvee and enroll 3 people in the next month, if that can continue for 10 months, I'll have my 10 tiers all filled in 10 months, which would be extraordinary. And the numbers are also extraordinary. If I total them all up, all the tiers, 1 through 10, it's about 88,500 people, which is a crazy number in a lot of sales structures like this. Not so crazy Divvee. Divvee is easy to share. The learning curve is pretty simple. It's not going to take long for somebody to master taking a survey, checking out an app, watching a video. Very, very straightforward. Okay, compensation itself. We do get paid for activities that are helping advertisers, manufacturers move their products. And there's something about that inherently that I really like. The money that we generate at Divvee is money that's coming from outsiders for activities we provide in the marketplace. We're not selling a lotion, a potion, a powder at some crazy marked up price just to generate commission. We're providing a service in a competitive marketplace where we're bringing real value and outside dollars into the compensation structure. So if I recruit Kathy and she signs up, I'm not depending on Kathy spending hundreds of dollars each month just so that I can get commissions paid to me. Instead, we're all doing activities and drawing money from outside companies and entities. All right, in this example, let's say we have a rank and share commission that's generated and it's $2. That could be downloading an app, or maybe watching a long video, or maybe helping place a product like the Gillette razors. The $2 commission, if it's an activity that I have participated in, I would generate the $2 of commission, and then it would get shared up 10 levels. So that $2 gets divided by 10 and would pay out 20 cents on each tier above me. Conversely, if I look down the structure below me, starting with Kathy and going on down, I would get paid 10 levels deep for the activities of people on the 10 levels below me. And if the activities are each worth $2, then I'm picking up 20 cents from each person. The commission is based on the daily activity. And again, it varies a little. I get asked occasionally, how much is the commission? What is it worth? Well, it depends on the activity. Depends on the quality, the amount of engagement. That 10 is really the 10 tiers. Have I personally enrolled 10 people so that I can get paid through 10 tiers? And the 20 cents, yeah, that's really paid to me for what's going on below me. If I have this 20 cents per day structure going on, this 20 cents per day of commission, and it goes on for 30 days out of the month, then each enrollee under me in that structure is generating $6 per enrollee per month to me, which is pretty darn good. Now let me put some bigger numbers to that so you can see how this plays out. I still have the same calculations on the left as took me to the bottom of the previous slide. On the right, I have a goal from Divvee, and this is something that's at the heart of the company. They would like to see 1 million people earning $500 per month, $500 or more. They believe they have a structure that will do it, and I believe they will too. The way Divvee is set up, and with the technology that we're deploying, we can easily do this here in the US and in places like Colombia, which is the other test market that Divvee has been using. We'll shortly open up in Japan, Peru, Mexico, and Canada. And there are some places in Mexico, for instance, that would be hugely impacted if somebody could earn $500 per month through Divvee kinds of activities. So it's a pretty cool goal and a real driving force for the founders of Divvee. All right, so let's put some bigger numbers to this. This chart is interesting. In the first column of this chart, you can see the tiers, just 1 through 10. The second column is enrollees in each tier. This is the same structure that we had up above with the big fat blue arrow. On the first tier, I have 3 people. On the second tier, I would have each of those 3 people with 3 people under them, so I would have 9. And that continues all the way down through the 10th level. And on the 10th level, we have 59,049 people just on that tier, just on the 10th. Now the next column shows total enrollees. That would be the total up through a certain level. So up through level 4, for instance, I would have a total of 120 enrollees under me through the 4 tiers if each tier is filled out. Well, if it turns out that each of those enrollees is involved in the activities that we're looking for, and they each generate $6 in total compensation to me for the month, then I would have $6 times 120 enrollees, or $720 per month. So if you think about that, this is pretty amazing. I find 3 people. In the second month, they find 3 people. In the third month, they find 3. And by the 4th month, I'm at 120 people. I have surpassed my $500 per month. At that point, I'm around $720 a month, which is fantastic. For most households, that's a game changer. That gives folks the ability to breathe, maybe take a vacation, pay for a car. It's fantastic just getting to that level. And that's supposing only $6 of value per enrollee per month. And we're very nearly there now. And we've only rolled out the first stage of the Divvee compensation, the commissions. We have another being deployed this week that I'll talk about in a bit, and another one behind that. In fact, the founders think that at some point, maybe in the next year, year and a half, we'll get to where we get $1 per day per enrollee, or $30 per month per enrollee. And I've seen the next 2 waves of what Divvee is doing. I've been able to see what they're developing, what they've already tested, and that number looks very, very achievable. It's pretty darn amazing. Like the third, what I look at as the third wave of Divvee will probably surpass everything we're doing now, and it's already been through beta testing. It already works. We just have to get through all of our bugs before we bring on the next wave. This is pretty amazing. Pretty darn amazing. All right, as far as the placement structure, we talked about it a little bit above. This gets pretty important. It's important because we need to understand where people go, and we need to see how we function as a team. Okay, on the left side of the slide, I have my rules again. The structure fills out top to bottom, left to right to fill out a row, then right to left until the row is filled out. And as I'm filling out the row, let's say I'm on the 3rd row, going right to left, we're going to fill the first opening on each team, going right to left. It's going to look something like this. There's my structure, top to bottom, left to right. The arrow shows me the pathway that I'm going to follow, and this is the same that would go through the 10 tiers. Top to bottom, left to right, right to left. As far as the placement of folks, I recruit 3 people. They're going to be placed on my first tier, going left to right. Each of those tiers essentially is, well, not even essentially, they're really treated like their own team within our team. So the blue team, it's still part of the Divvee Social Gurus team, but blue now has its own group below blue. Same for yellow, same for red. If I place a few more people, I get some more personal enrollments. I'm going to start on the next tier. Well, actually, the computer system starts the next tier going right to left, and it will pick the first opening on each team, and then it will go left to right, until I run into somebody placed on the red team by the red enrollee. If she enrolls somebody, let's say that's Kathy again. If Kathy is the first red on my first tier and she enrolls somebody, that person she enrolls will go under her. So she's building out her structure while I'm building from above and helping everybody below me. So that's our team within a team. If I continue enrolling and other folks on the team do enrollments, it could fill out something like this. The blue enrollments stay blue, yellow stays yellow, red stays red. And the same thing will play out within each generation. If Kathy enrolls somebody who enrolls somebody, we're starting the process again. It's very symbiotic, and it's really important that we work together, that we pull together. And if we do it, a lot of amazing things can happen. There's a motivational guy that I really like to follow, a guy named Zig Ziglar. Zig has an awful lot of good quotes. Here's one of my favorites. He says, you can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. That's exactly what we're doing on our team, on the Divvee Social Gurus. We're helping each other get what we want, and it serves its own purpose. It helps us as well. Very enlightened approach to our team. All right, as far as Divvee today, currently we're open in 2 countries, the beta test countries, United States and Colombia. And the way I view Divvee right now, we've gone through 2 beta tests. We're actually in the middle of the second. The first beta test went up through a couple of weeks ago, where we had enrollments, some testing, a lot of debugging, and then Divvee opened the gates to a bunch more enrollments where we're at right now. But we're still beta testing and debugging, as we're all experiencing, as the still view us as a startup. We're still testing, we're still having little hiccups along the way. That's going to continue. Got to expect that for a couple more months. It's a little challenging to be early adopters of a new plan, a new technology. It means that we're going to get rocked a little bit along the way, but it also means that we are uniquely positioned as Divvee rolls forward, and I believe it's really going to roll forward. We're in a good position. The next company, or excuse me, the next countries coming on: Canada, Japan, Mexico, Peru, and they're all close. There are a lot of logistics to figure out, a lot of legal hurdles to be able to cross, but we're getting close. So Divvee will keep rolling forward. As far as the Divvee social gurus, as far as our team, we do have this symbiotic relationship where we're building teams within a team, starting with Divvee social gurus. As a team, the gurus are in a really, really good place. We're connected right into the company. We have the ear of the executives. We have pretty good access to them when we need. It's not quite perfect because they're all busy right now with all of the development, all of the launch that we're going through. But we are in a good position to be able to influence what's going on. As far as the team, we have webinars like this one tonight. We're doing an introduction to Divvee every Monday, 8 p.m. Mountain, going over the Divvee opportunity and the money-making opportunity, frankly. So we're going to get new folks to come to the webinar to see what Divvee is about and see how they can plug in, see what their opportunity is. On Thursday night, starting this week, we're going to start doing our team call. Sometimes it'll be on recruiting tips, other times mentoring. All of it will focus around training, bringing tools and assets to you so that you can start building out your team. And we want to be able to share the effort, share the tools. We've been working hard as gurus for the last several months, developing things like this PowerPoint and the video that we watched earlier and a whole bunch of other things that we have going on. We're even testing some Facebook advertising. We're doing a few crazy things, just seeing what sort of marketing is going to work well with building out our team. And when we do our crazy things like that, we're creating a little rain from above. At least that's what I like to call it. If we can find people to enroll, they're going to get placed down in our structure, just like we saw a couple slides ago. They're going to get shared downstream wherever they're needed, filling in wherever the gaps are. And we are working in earnest to do that for the team. As far as other training, we have webinars like tonight. We're developing others. Some of them will be evergreen, meaning we'll be able to record them, get them very professional, nice, clean, and housed online. So if you have somebody with an issue, they can go to the webinar. If you have somebody you want to introduce, we'll have a short webinar. We also have some Facebook Live training that Michael James is preparing, and he's very nearly complete with that. He's been working on that for weeks. The Facebook Live training is some training that will be really helpful for you to share Divvee with a lot of your social contacts. It's a great way to extend your reach. Those are the sorts of tools that we're bringing and the training that we're providing. As far as other tools, we're going to have a private Facebook group. We're creating content now that is nearly ready. That would be a private Facebook group where we can have our private discussions as a team. If there are issues, if there are questions, we can make posts there. If we have concerns, it can go there. If we have assets to share, well, those can go there too. We also have a YouTube channel. The content is being created there. The structure is already built, and it's ready to roll. In fact, it already houses some of our assets. Finally, we'll have a member-only library with additional tools and training and resources. When you bring somebody new to Divvee, one of the biggest challenges you'll have is teaching them what steps to take to get rolling so they can start sharing Divvee with their friends and their family. We'll have a training track that they can easily follow. They can find out how to download the app. Well, that'll be on a video. If they're curious about the wording of an invitation to somebody, they want to share but they don't know what to say, well, we'll have a script for that and some video training along with the other tools that are necessary to move the process forward. And it's going to be really, really nice to have that member-only library. We're going to need that because we're going to be a really big team. I fully expect to get to that 88,500 number and beyond, well beyond. I think that's all achievable as we pull together with this. All right, getting started. If you haven't already enrolled, get with the person that invited you tonight to get enrolled. It's pretty easy if it's Android phone to Android phone. Not so easy if there's an Apple device involved. If you get stuck with that, get a hold of me or somebody else upline from you, meaning up the structure in the tree, and we can walk you through the process of sending out the invitation from an Android device to an Apple device and back again to get somebody enrolled. The other thing, next thing we need to do is get involved with the rank and share activities or the offers. I know there's been a bit of a hiccup. We're probably not through it yet, but as far as those daily activities, they're generally working. Well, actually, they're sort of working. I'm able to do some every day. I can't do as many as I would like. I do know that by this Friday, we're going to have far, far more content. Up until now, we've been working with 2 advertising outlets. We have 10 more that have been vetted, the contracts are signed, and the content is coming, and that will start being put into our feed, into our back office activities by Friday of this week. That's the goal. And I think that'll probably happen. Next, start thinking about your Fab 5, your best buds, the 5 folks you might want to invite, and we'll help you with that inviting process. If you're comfortable doing the invitation, by all means do it. If you're not comfortable, let's get you some training and get you started. I think that's it. That's all I've got for tonight.